Emotional infidelity and the aftermath, seeking advice. So my situation is that I've been married for 20 years and have 3 great kids. Like so many of the other posts I've read, I thought we had a pretty great life. Big incomes, house plus vacation house, cars, private school etc. Active and pretty good time life. The kids keep us insanely busy as they do at this stage, and I suppose as a result, our connection has waned a bit. It may be noteworthy that my wife has some severe trauma from her childhood after losing her sister, and perhaps this plays some kind of role in her situation. Anyways, about 10-12 years ago, my wife was traveling for work a lot, and I caught a text pop up on her phone once when she was showing, and it was someone she met on a trip, and it was him responding to a nude she sent, not mega vulgar but a nude nonetheless. I blew the obvious gasket. She apologized profusely, cried for hours, and we agreed eventually to close the chapter and she would have to earn my trust again. Over time, she did, and I basically buried this chapter deep in my subconscious. This, I am told, was never physical in any way, but it's cheating nonetheless. Fast forward to this year, life is going along okay, not super exciting, but we seem to be hitting the marks together. She took a new job working for a younger, handsome and successful guy who I considered a good personal friend. She's crazy into fitness, is in the best shape of her life, and is a striking person. She sticks out of a crowd. I should mention, the guy is a full-time player and regularly keeps many women around, loosely involved. His mo is honestly about having tons of kids and keeping the women around, on the payroll but not romantically involved. My wife and he worked together a lot of hours on legit business, and he relied on her heavily for the business's success. They occasionally would go for work dinner and or drinks, and I didn't think anything of it because I do this all the time for my job, but if I am anything, it's a loyal person. Given our past incident though, I did have some deep-seated reservations, and I wasn't super comfortable. I got on her once about being out so late and whatnot. A few months ago, he dropped off my radar, and what was some normal hanging out, soccer matches, funny meme texts etc. stopped between he and one noted it, but wasn't super concerned necessarily. We had a family vacation to the mountains, and while she was on a run, I saw a message from him pop on her iPad. It was a routine work-related conversation. I couldn't resist scrolling up and found a lot of back and forth from months prior that was 100% infidelity related. Not overtly timul in nature, but a lot of innuendo and the like, talk about having to find the courage to be happy etc. Him making her breathless. Him telling her how strong and beautiful she is. How do you get in those jeans, good God etc. Some sultry pics, fully clothed. I lost my asset again and confronted her. I am told that he is the one who opened the door initially, saying something like, in another universe, he wishes they could be together. She bought in and did what she did. The texts were months ago, she says, and I have no choice but to believe her, that there was no physical cheating, though he tried to kiss her once. She claims to have pushed him away. However, I'm guessing me or kids or whatever never really enabled the opportunity for them to cheat physically. So the cheating texts abruptly stopped, and she says she confronted him to say this has to end etc. etc. Months go by and they continue to work together, but supposedly, the emotional cheating part ended because she said it was not possible etc. He supposedly acquiesced. She claims she was waiting for the right time to tell me, and this was eating her alive from the inside, but obviously, she never did. I told her it's him or me, and if she chooses me, he is out of the picture forever. She has to quit the job immediately etc. She promptly does. She had a face-to-face with him and ended it, but says she very quickly went over the affair part because she wanted to be done with it. He says he's sorry. I can tell she is genuinely regretful and is torturing herself about it. She says she can't imagine a life without me. Honestly, I feel the same way, but I'm wounded. I haven't slept in weeks and it's all I can think about. I am upset, confused, sad and everything else all at once. I'm not perfect, neither is she, but we've been through hell and back together for over 25 years, only to arrive here. I can recognize the excitement angle. It's new, young, fresh, and he's giving her a ton of attention that I likely had not been. We are sort of in the middle of our lives where things are sort of boring compared to in our youth. But, I never thought this would happen. I want to be with her, but I am fucking broken at this point. Maybe some random strangers can read this and give some impartial, objective opinions. I am torn between having been cheated on twice, so shame on me for staying, but also, she's amazing, a great mom, and I don't want to torture my kids with a divorce like I had to go through as a kid. It ducked me and my brother up significantly. She says she would like to see a trauma therapist about her issues, and I fully support that. I think I may need to see one as well to get this stuff off my chest. Redditor's reactions. Story 2 after. Redditor 1, I am torn between having been cheated on twice. Twice that you know of. These two are only the ones you found out. Months. Let me quote that again, because I clearly must have read wrong. Months. She keeps cheating on you again and again, and you keep repeatedly choosing to stay and believe her. At this stage, you've basically given her the green light to cheat because she knows there will never be any consequences. You'll just shrug, sweep everything under the rug, and choose to believe her. Redditor 2, Jesus. When is she going to quit being such a acidy person and take ownership of her behavior? She is a serial cheater. Doesn't matter who started what. This is repeat offender behavior. Nothing has changed in a decade. And you can almost guarantee there is a ton you've never uncovered. She wasn't truly remorseful last time, just sorry she got caught and rug swept it hard. What makes you think she will change now? Talk of therapy? Her ass should be on the phone and internet scouring for availability yesterday. Nope. She'll talk a good take and then slowly settle into rug sweeping like she did a decade ago. She is a broken woman. Don't let her break you too. Redditor follow up, she is a serial cheater. This op has stumbled upon it twice. It's likely happened more than twice. She'll talk a good take and then slowly settle into rug sweeping like she did a decade ago. Unfortunately, it's the precedent that was set when she was first discovered and what op is willing to allow. She knows that she can avoid the hard work and continue to have affairs once he settles down. Redditor 3, op, she should also follow boundaries rules of reconciliation. Absolutely no contact with AP, potential APs or anyone that might not be supportive of the relationship. She has quit her job, good, but contact needs to be blocked. In your case, no personal interactions with the opposite sex, unless you know of it. They cannot be friends, they must be acquaintances. She has a problem with letting things cross the line here, that is her boundary. Note, you might need to do this too for a bit too, until things are settled. She needs to own what she did. She is the one that has vows with you and she crossed lines here. You did nothing to cause this, and yes, the APs might have crossed lines, but everyone knows how to close that off. She can never lie to you again, not little white lies, not lies of omission, complete honesty. She needs to understand any of your moods, feelings, actions at this time are a result of her behaviors. You will need her support and patience. It takes a good 2-5 years to recover after infidelity in a relationship. She needs individual therapy and want to go to change herself because of her actions. My WH is still in EDMR therapy and D-Day was in March of 2018. Yes, he has done a 180 and has changed. All phone, email, social media, apps etc. usernames and passwords are shared with the betrayed partner. Doesn't mean you have to use them, but they are there and shared. They lost their right to privacy when they cheated. Yes, you should find a good therapist too. You never dealt with the first incident properly, and now this one, it's like bandaging a broken bone. Now it's rebroke and you need the correct care. If she breaks any of the above, you have the right to end reconciliation. Honestly, I believe the most successful reconciliations happen when the betrayed partner takes a hardline approach. They go see an attorney, draw up the papers, boot the wayward out of the house, go no contact or gray rock the wayward. Make the wayward beg for reconciliation, make the wayward believe that the relationship is ending. Most times that is what snaps them into realizing what they did, what they will lose and what they must do. If not, they are not worthy. Good luck. Op answer, thank you for this, very common sense, sturdy advice. I appreciate it. Story 2, how did you guys do it? I am M28 and today I figures out my GFF23 went back to her ex-BF. Me and my partner have lived with each other for the last 4 years, and I won't lie, I'm grateful for her. I grew whilst I was with her and she played a huge role in that. After saying that what a waste, it all started last year when a friend of mine approached to tell me she was acting weird at work with a different guy. I confronted her, but she always a step ahead of me, deleting chats and making sure there was nothing to find. I didn't exculty forgive because I knew there was something I just couldn't prove, but I went to put in the work on myself mentally, physically, spiritually. When I had started doing well, I fell back into her arms and forgot what kind of person she was, and everything was going well for a few months. Mid-July we had fight. She blocked me for over a month. She had actually gone home for a holiday when we had the fight and we never got the chance to talk. Always assumed we would sit and talk when she got back. She did come back. We sat and we talked and we decided we were going to take a break so we can separately figure out each other. Then she said she had to go home. She tried to book a bus and I tried to help her and she acted weird, instantly getting sick when I asked for her phone so I could help her, and from then on I got triggered and I knew something was off. Eventually today I remembered we shared a device for a long time and she had her Google account and I invaded her privacy, which I'm sorry for, but it gave me the answers I needed with her location history. I found out she had gone from home to her ex in a different city. Then she left from there to come to where we shared a house, then had left this time to go back to where he stays. I confronted over text saying I knew where she was and she replied with "oh okay." Then I wished her luck in the future, blocked her and deleted her number. I think this time it's easier for me to accept. I forgive myself for trusting and I forgive her. It is who she is, but it still hurts. I've already been trying to do my work on myself the past year and I keep telling myself it's what I'm going to do going forward, but I just really need advice from people who have had to deal with such people. I know healing will not be easy, but what did you do to make it better? Redditor's reaction. Story 3 after. Redditor 1, I'm sorry all this happened to you and don't feel bad about trying again. You have a bigger heart for forgiving and letting go. All those years aren't a waste because you grew, but you grew because you made a choice to grow with this person. She is stunted and will probably be for a long time if ever. What helps me is surrounding myself with family and friends who do love me and do support me. I read so many articles, books, and blogs about cheating. Chumplady is a good resource among many others that many here have already cited. Really taking a hard look on how my relationship was like instead of romanticizing it. Not blaming myself, period. And finally, reading people's experiences and insights on this and related subs. As horrible as it sounds, I wasn't alone in this and my story isn't common. It gave me comfort to empathize with others and others empathize with me. Hope this helps. Redditor 2, it's one day at a time. It's being with friends and family, it's talking and crying and accepting. It's not your fault, it's her choice, and one day. It hurts less. The next week's even less. Then one day. She's someone you used to know. I know it hurts, but it'll be alright, bruh. Redditor 3, well you're the man. No mucking you clean break, get on with life. Sheck will look back and see what a drank she was, another cheater, deceiver, karma ale greet her in years to come. Story 3, I've been thinking of breaking up with my GF even though I still love her very much. I know that seeing each other all the time is not the basis of a good healthy relationship. I have also come to understand that she has her own stuff to deal with, in school, at home and her part-time work, but lately, no matter how hard I try, I just can't get off my chest how difficult it is to not see each other at least twice a month. And nope, we are not in an LDR situation. She lives approximately 10 kilometers away from me, which makes it even harder to fathom. That's like a 25 minutes ride from my house to hers, and I don't mind any of that even if it takes me an hour or two to get to her. I just need her to say she also needs to and will actually see me. For weeks, I also got my hopes up. She would say we'd meet, but she's suddenly not available again. I guess none of it was her fault because she overslept and was tired, but I don't know if I still want to set up like this. I just want to see her so bad. Her presence, hold her hands, etc. It's already almost the end of April, yet we have only seen each other twice or thrice, and all of which are only because she needed company and doing personal errands. I tried communicating it already and was expecting some changes, but none of it has happened so far. I don't know for how long should I still wait before I could get her to see me again, because some days it drives me crazy already. Hence, I would oftentimes think of just breaking up and look for a partner who would actually spend time with me, go out on a dinner date, watch movies, stroll around a park, and all that quality time stuff. Update, need advice on what to tell my GF when she's having a bad day. Don't get me wrong, I may sound like I am being dumb with the subject, but we have already been together for more than a year. For starters, I think my GF gets easily stressed and has an avoidant attachment style. Before, some comforting words I say, work, but lately, I feel like she has been going through a lot because of her thesis and I've only been telling her the same thing. Would you guys be so kind to put some sentences or other encouraging morning texts I could send her? Just to give me an idea. I really want to make her feel less stressed today. Thanks in advance. Update, I want to see them fall apart. I had 2 exes. Both ended really bad because they both cheated on me. The first one lasted for more than 2 years till she fell for a workmate twice. The second only lasted for 5 months but had the worst impact on me, probably because she was a friend of mine for 5 years. She kept having time with a friend we've only known for a month behind my back. She gaslighted me and told me nothing's happening with them till I saw a hidden diary where she wrote there how they've already been doing it and has no plans of telling me. Fast forward, it's been 2 years since my last. I have a girlfriend now for a year and 3 months, but I just can't seem to bring myself to forgive my exes. I still get triggers. I would often think of them dying and being punished for what they did to me, but all I see when I stalk them in soc-meds were that they were receiving so much love from their current partners that they replaced me with. I just don't get it. I am still so hurt and mad. I just wish they'd just both die. I didn't deserve all that trauma. Redditor's reactions. Story 4 after. Redditor 1. So first, you don't have to forgive. It's stupid to forgive someone that doesn't deserve forgiveness and you telling them that the thing they did doesn't hurt you anymore. Duck that. But you can't live with anger and resentment for people like them. They already took too much time from you. Don't waste it anymore. I know why you are mad, because like every other human you like justice, fairness, etc. And you feel like they didn't get the punishment they deserved. But listen, the world is unfair. You have to accept that and take comfort knowing that most relationships that started with an affair don't have great odds of success. And stop stalking them. It doesn't help. First, because it doesn't reflect reality. Not a lot of people post the bad part of their life. Second, because you remind yourself of the past and it brings back emotions that block you from moving on. If you want revenge them, show them post of your beautiful life, make the best out of yourself, explore the world, etc. Show them what a real happy man is. You have to learn to accept and move on. Redditor 2, a thought that helps me is, do not let them live in your head rent-free. Redditor 3, you will have to break the chain. No contact means just that. You have to break things off. Block them and begin the process of healing. As long as you are stalking them, they will be in your memory. Block them and don't look back. Story 4, my wife was sending nudes to 2 other men. One was her ex-boyfriend. I found out just before Christmas last year. She was being incredibly secretive with her phone, so I looked at it when I got the chance. I found photos of them both masturbating, saying she is going to suck him dry, and also told him that she loved him. I confronted her straight away. She cried and was all apologies, and she deleted the texts before I could read the rest. I always wished I read them first. Booty saw red. She said there was nothing else. I then found out she had also been texting an ex as well. She said there was nothing else. I then found out that all the time she went out with her friends, she didn't invite me because she couldn't be herself if I was there. She told me there was nothing else. I then found out that she'd met another man in the pub, just the 2 of them, when she told me there'd be others there as well. She came home at 2 in the morning. I want to trust her, but there has been so many lies, more than what I've mentioned here, that I don't know if I can. Some days I feel okay about it, then it just hits me like a lorry. It helped me on my way to a mental breakdown, and I'm not sure if I can get through another one. Redditor's reactions. Redditor 1, it's physical man till she can prove without a doubt, but that won't happen. Redditor 2, mate, first I was in a position similar to you, not as bad but close. I tried to reconcile for 8 months, but at some point you have to realize that this person won't make you happy. She won't give you what you from a partner. You will never have that genuine trust, respect and love that normal people have. I want to trust her, but there has been so many lies, mate, that is your brain literally protecting you from yourself. How can you trust someone that broke your trust? How can you trust someone that has shown you countless times that they are not trustworthy? What you are experiencing right now are similar to the stage of grief. First you was in denial, then you turned to anger, and right now you are between bargaining, reconciliation and depression. The next stage is acceptance, and it's when you realize that what happened to you is bad, yes, and you can't change the past or her. You can only choose the way you act now and how you will handle it. First, let me tell you, there is no hope of reconciliation here. Why? Simply because first, too much has happened. She had time with random guys, said I love you to someone else, and simply did too much for you to forgive. Second is because she isn't worth it. What you are experiencing is the sunk cost fallacy. In simple terms, the boat is sinking. Doesn't matter what you do or how much time, money or effort you put into it, it will sink. So don't lose any more time and leave before you drown. She showed you multiple times that she doesn't care about you and will hurt and betray you over and over. She will just get better at hiding it and will continue to manipulate you. Let me guess, she gaslighted you, promised that it won't happen again. She told you that it wasn't serious, that she didn't have time with them, you didn't pay enough attention, that she loves you and only you, that she will change, etc. Everything you wants to hear, but all of that is classic manipulation tactic. You have manipulation, blame shifting, gaslighting, love beaming, classic Darvo attack, etc. I bet she tried to have time with you or something like that quickly after. Did you get tested for STDs? I bet she is still cheating or thinking about how to do it without you noticing. I bet if you could follow her for a week or search her phone you would find something. Like, I have to be careful for a while my husband is paying attention. Contact a lawyer and make sure he is a good one. Prepare your stuff, ask the lawyer any questions you have. He probably answered the same questions many times so he will know. Ask him the documents or whatever can be used in the divorce. Gray rock your wife, be as cold and distant as you can. Hopefully you don't have kids, but if you do, don't stay in a relationship with her for the kids. You will set a terrible example for your kids, and having a depressed dad won't be good for them. And when the divorce is over, don't hesitate to expose her to everyone, and cut her off and any friend that helped her or known about her cheating on you. Redditor 3, dude, she has lied to you and has no respect for you or your marriage. You should have changed the locks on the door when she went out with friends. Divorce her.